Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Art of Creation Homestead. My name is Jason, and we're going to do something kind of fun today. Angela Kay's over here, and she's going to show you how to make homemade marshmallows with no corn syrup. So, very little refined sugar, and no corn syrup involved. So, in our opinions, it's better for you. We're not big marshmallow eaters, but this will be kind of fun, and it'll be good in hot chocolate. It'd be really good with some hot chocolate, wouldn't it? So, we're not doctors. Okay, we're not doctors, but in our opinion,
play one on TV.
and we'll play one on YouTube for right now. But so in our opinions, it's better for you because corn syrup is the devil, in my opinion. And so she's gonna show you how to make some homemade marshmallows. No corn syrup, very little refined sugar. Okay.
We have an 8x8 pan that I've lined with parchment. You want to line it with parchment, and I have dusted it very heavily with powdered sugar. This is the only refined sugar.
This is it.
You have to have this. Now, I have heard of people using arrowroot powder and things like that. But really, truthfully, nothing works better than powdered sugar.
Okay.
So it's dusted very heavily. Otherwise, it's going to stick very badly. This is to keep from it sticking.
Okay.
And we will use more later to go on top. And then we will dust each marshmallow in more. Otherwise, they're all going to stick together and you're going to have a marshmallow mass instead of marshmallows.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
So, over here, I am using my KitchenAid. It makes my life much easier. And also our hand mixer's on the fritz. But you can use a hand mixer. I would probably use a KitchenAid for this no matter what, because it will make my life easier. In the bottom of this bowl, we have 1/3 of a cup of cold water.
Okay, I couldn't tell there's anything in it.
Yeah, it's water.
Like, what's she pointing at?
And we have, in this cup, we have roughly 1 tablespoon, which is 2 envelopes of Knox unflavored gelatin. And you just want to sprinkle it over the top of your water. And just kind of sprinkle it as evenly as you can over the top of it. And you want to leave that sit for about 5 minutes. It will all absorb and it will become gelatinous. Now go over to the stove with me. Now in this pot we have 1 cup of maple syrup. Pure maple syrup. Can't be the pancake syrup.
Yeah, because that's corn syrup.
Because that's corn syrup.
No, people will get mad at us and try to correct us all the time. There is sugars inside maple syrup. We're aware of that, but it's got a lower glycemic index for half. It's got half the glycemic index of sugar, and it's got double the sweetness of sugar. Right?
Yes.
So there's lower sugar amounts and a lower glycemic index property in maple syrup.
And it's not sugar.
Exactly. That's
not like you're opening up a bag of sugar and eating sugar.
Exactly.
This is a natural form.
Natural occurring sugar.
Yes. Now to this 1 cup, please use real maple syrup. You're going to add a good pinch of salt. Just a good little pinch, maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Which is getting more expensive, I found out today.
Yes.
I did not realize that.
Yes. Now you want to mix those in there. This will be the last time you stir it, because you do not want to stir this. Like I've told you before, if you have a heavy bottom sauce pot, you can turn your heat on medium. If your sauce pot is not so heavy bottom, you'll have to turn it on medium low to keep from it burning. But mine is heavy bottom, so I'm turning it on medium. And now we want to let this cook until it comes to a soft ball stage, which means that when a drop of it is dripped in cold water, then it will make a soft ball in your hand. Which the temperature, I'm going to use a candy thermometer. When you use a candy thermometer, you want to make sure that you put it so that it's in the middle of your pot. The one that I'm using is more of a professional one. You want to put it so it's more toward the middle of the pot, because that's the place where your pot needs testing most. And you do not want to stir it any time during that. Now you want this to come to between 235 and 240, which is softball stage. If you don't have a candy thermometer though, how you will know when it's getting close to time to check it in some cold water, and I will show you how to do that. When you first start out and you're, like I'm at around 220 right now, you will notice when it's bubbling, the bubbles are really large and it's more violent in the bubbling. And it's rising. That's because it's boiling out the water content. As it gets closer to softball stage, that water content is pretty much almost gone. So you will watch it start to shrink back and become more of a calm bubble because the water content is gone. Then you will know to test it when it starts to go slowly go down and the bubbles get smaller and not as rapid. Then you will know to test it in your water. Okay, you can see where it was bubbling too.
Watch your fingers, that's hot sugar.
You can see where it's bubbling too, where it was bubbling too.
Right.
Now you can see the bubbles have slowed down. The bubbles are much smaller, and it's going down a lot.
Okay, get defrosted.
Now, so I'm going to start testing it. So I have some cold water here,
Cold water in a measuring cup.
and I'm going to drop some in.
It's a science experiment.
Yeah, it kind of is. Now we are going to gather it up, see if it
Bring it this way.
Now we're going to gather it up and see if it makes a ball. You want to roll it around in your hand and see if it makes a ball that will hold.
Yep, there you
See,
go.
it's making a ball that will hold, so you need to pull it. So now we are going to pour this maple mixture into the firmed up gelatin. And you want to rake all that out. That smells so good. I love that caramelized maple smell. Now, you want to use a whip attachment. Even on a hand mixer, you want to use whip attachment. Now, you want to turn this on about medium speed and let it whip to stiff peaks. I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to pillow up a lot and it's getting whiter. And see, it's falling really slow in a slow ribbon. So that means it's nearing stiff peaks. You're at almost a marshmallow cream stage right now.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So let's keep going. Now this is at soft peaks. Now if you were needing marshmallow cream, you could stop here and it would be fine.
At this point in time, marshmallow cream is hard to find.
Yes.
In all honesty.
But we're wanting marshmallows, so we're going to keep going. Okay, you're at stiff peaks now. See, when you turn it up, see it's standing straight out.
Yep.
So you know it's ready now. And you don't want to go any farther than that because it will set up in your bowl and you'll never get it in your pan. And you have to move quickly at this point. And you have to get it out of your whip. That's the hard part, is getting it out of your whip. Now you've got to get it in your pan really quickly. Now it's gonna disturb your powdered sugar. It's fine. You got to get it out really quickly and get it spread really quickly. If you don't get it all out of your pan, out of your bowl, it'll be okay. It's more important that you spread it. Okay, now you want to spread it out. You don't want to let it go too far in your mixer or you won't be able to spread it.
Angela hit you in the face.
You want to spread it out to the corners. And you want to try to get a smooth top on it.
If you got a cameraman, he can eat the marshmallows cream while he's filming.
And it's very tasty.
That's quite good. I gotta be honest with you.
Now,
You never really know it's maple either at this point.
now you want to sprinkle the top with some more powdered sugar so that it sets upright. Just sprinkle it really good. I'm doing it through a fine mesh sieve. You just want a good little dusting over the top. And there you go. To get it to that stiff peak stage, it took about 12 minutes of beating it to get it to that stage. Now, you just let it set up until your marshmallows are firm. Now my marshmallows are all set up. And this is very fun to do. See, you can go boing, 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 boing. because they are actual marshmallows. And I pulled it out of the pan, pulled the parchment paper down. You'll have to take the knife and scrape because you didn't put your powdered sugar on the sides. Now Jason asked a very, very good question when I was done. He said, "Why did you sprinkle powdered sugar on top?" Well, the reason I sprinkled the powdered sugar on the top was, see, as you can see, I'm putting more back on top now, is so that when you cut them, they won't stick to your knife. You will drag through the powdered sugar and they won't stick to your knife that way. I've got more powdered sugar over here to put the marshmallows in so that they don't stick together in one big piece. So I'm sticking my knife in that. Now we're going to start cutting.
Just cut them however big pieces you want, right?
Yes, just cut them whatever size you want. I'm cutting mine relatively small. And see, they're cutting super easy. They're cutting super easy. I'm actually very impressed with how well these are cutting. Because they're sticking to the knife. None.
That's good.
Not at all. They're sticking to the knife.
That's cool.
I am actually very happy with the way these are turning out.
Now, a lot of people are going to show you how to make marshmallows. We're going to be using corn syrup. Honestly,
Yes.
A lot of people just use corn syrup. This is no corn syrup. If you are corn syrup cautious like we are, try to avoid it at all costs.
Yes.
Then this is a good way to make some marshmallows.
And then I turned my parchment paper, as you can see. And I'm just cutting them into my marshmallow cubes.
Or if you got a recipe that calls for marshmallow cream and you're like, I don't want the corn syrup, I just literally just don't want it, you can make the cream and out of it like this, right? And you're gonna have marshmallow cream without corn syrup.
You just stop before you stop at the soft peak stage.
Yeah.
Or just before the soft peak stage.
Yeah.
And don't go any farther.
Yeah, exactly. If you need marshmallows or something, you don't want to use the corn syrup, here it is.
Now, we're going to take these over here and toss them in this, because see, they stick back together.
Right.
Because there's nothing to stop them from sticking at this point.
And if you need to trap a raccoon, these will do that too. Raccoons love marshmallows, if you weren't aware.
Yes, they do. And see, they're light and bouncy and fluffy. And honestly, you won't be able to believe that you made these. And now you want to shake off the excess. You don't want them completely coated in powdered sugar. You just want enough to keep them from sticking together. Now you want to store your marshmallows in an airtight container. And you want to store them at room temperature. You don't put them in the refrigerator. You store them at room temperature. And you can store them. It's a debate on how long they'll last. I've seen as much as 10 days or as little as 2 days. So most people that I've seen says as much as 10 days if you store them in an airtight container. So I'm going to keep shaking these off and Jason will try them for you.
All right, so here we go. Perfect little marshmallow, right? Corn syrup free. Yeah, it's a marshmallow. Really cool. Really impressive, actually. Now, again, if you're going to make a bunch of hot chocolate, these are perfect to go in your hot chocolate. They'll just melt right in. Heck, being real with you, if you wanted to get some like frothy sweetness to your coffee, I bet it would go really good on top of your coffee as like a frothy sweetness. Just being honest. I like black coffee, so I'm not really going to do that. But I mean, probably would work. They're absolutely amazing, and I'm gonna have to quit eating sugar today. But it's pretty cool. It's marshmallows with no corn syrup, and honestly, you can't ask for anything better. Homemade marshmallows are really cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it. My name is Jason, the genius over there, little Christmas elf. Her name is Angela Kay. This is Art of Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you and goodbye.